Today, Jeff Bezos is known as one of the richest people in history. He built Amazon from a small online bookstore into one of the most valuable companies the world has ever seen. Millions of people use Amazon every day, and its influence reaches nearly every corner of modern life. But what most people don't know is that Amazon almost never existed. Before the billions, before the success, and before becoming one of the most powerful entrepreneurs in the world, Jeff Bezos faced a decision that would completely change his life. It was a decision that required him to walk away from security, comfort, and a promising career. It was a risk that most people would never have taken. Jeff Bezos was born in New Mexico and showed curiosity from an early age. He loved learning, solving problems, and understanding how things worked. As he grew older, he excelled in school and eventually graduated from Princeton University, one of the most prestigious universities in the world. After college, he entered the finance industry and quickly built an impressive career. He was smart, ambitious, and successful. Everything seemed to be going according to plan. Eventually, Bezos landed a high-paying job at a successful investment firm in New York called D. Shaw. The company was known for hiring some of the brightest minds in business and technology. Jeff was doing extremely well. He earned a great salary, worked with talented people, and had a future that many would envy. From the outside, his life looked perfect. Then he discovered something that caught his attention: the internet. In the early 1990s, the internet was still new. Most people had never used it. Few understood how important it would become. But Jeff came across a statistic that completely changed the way he thought about the future. He learned that internet usage was growing at an astonishing rate of more than 2,000% per year. The number was so large that he couldn't stop thinking about it. Most people would have simply found the statistic interesting and moved on. Jeff couldn't. The more he thought about it, the more he became convinced that the internet would transform the world. He began imagining businesses that could exist online. He researched different products that could be sold through the internet and explored possibilities that few others were considering. But there was a problem. Pursuing this opportunity would mean leaving behind everything he had worked for. His career was secure. His salary was excellent. His future looked bright. Starting an internet business would mean giving up all of that for an idea that might fail. Most people would have stayed where they were. Most people would have chosen certainty. Jeff Bezos chose uncertainty. Before making his decision, he developed a simple concept that would guide the rest of his life. He called it the regret minimization framework. He imagined himself at the age of 80 looking back on his life. Then he asked a simple question: would he regret trying and failing? Or would he regret never trying at all? The answer became clear. He realized he could live with failure. What he couldn't live with was wondering what might have happened if he had never taken the chance. That realization became the turning point of his life. In 1994, Jeff Bezos left his secure job and started Amazon. The company began in a garage. At first, Amazon sold only books. The idea sounded simple, but many people were skeptical. Online shopping was unfamiliar. Investors were uncertain. There were no guarantees that customers would trust the internet enough to buy products online. The early years were difficult. Amazon lost money. The company faced intense competition. Critics questioned whether the business would survive. Some analysts predicted Amazon would eventually fail. But Bezos remained focused on the long-term vision. While others worried about short-term profits, he focused on growth, the customer experience, and innovation. He believed that if Amazon could create value for customers, success would eventually follow. Years passed. Amazon continued expanding. Books became electronics. Electronics became almost everything. The company introduced new services, technologies, and innovations that transformed the way people shop. Many of Bezos' decisions were criticized at the time. Some investors thought he was moving too aggressively. Others believed he was taking unnecessary risks. But Bezos continued thinking years into the future, while most people focused only on the present. That mindset helped Amazon become one of the most valuable companies in the world. As Amazon grew, so did Bezos' fortune. The small company that started in a garage became a global giant. Millions of businesses relied on Amazon. Millions of customers used its services every day. The company expanded into cloud computing, entertainment, artificial intelligence, and countless other industries. Eventually, Jeff Bezos became one of the richest people on earth. The man who once faced the difficult choice between comfort and uncertainty, had built one of the greatest business success stories in history. But the lesson from Jeff Bezos' story isn't about starting an online store. It isn't about becoming a billionaire, and it isn't about building a giant company. The real lesson is about regret. Many people spend their lives avoiding failure. They stay where it's safe. They choose comfort over possibility. They let fear make decisions for them. Jeff Bezos chose a different path. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" he asked, "What if I never try?" That question changed everything. The turning point wasn't launching Amazon. It wasn't becoming rich. It wasn't becoming famous. The turning point was the moment Jeff Bezos decided that living with failure would be easier than living with regret, because sometimes the biggest risk in life isn't taking a chance. Sometimes the biggest risk is never taking one at all. And that's the risk that made Jeff Bezos a billionaire.